From players that have signed contracts that have actually come back to the New York Jets, the reason why they've come back to the New York Jets is because they want to be here. They see what Robert Saleh is building. They see what Joe Douglas is building. They believe in the process and they see that the program is actually moving forward. So these are the reasons why you get the one-year prove-it deals. Mostly your one-year prove-it deals are guys that are going to be role players. They're not guys that you're expecting to be stalwarts in your team's foundation. They're organizational pieces that when they break down, you can replace them with somebody else. Let's go to the comments here. 22 wins in the last 5 years. Guy Fisher in there for Rex Ryan. He answered my question for Todd Bowles with the last winning season that we had. So Scott Calisby with that was awesome. I'm sure it was. Kansas City is also a team that's a little bit over the cap that they're going to have to do some maneuvering. Dallas, the Packers are going to have to do that. I've tried to make you a lot of money. Unfortunately, I don't bet. I don't have the money to bet. If I did, then you probably would have made me a lot of money. So now to your answer for prove it, then leave. Well, if that's the case, then yeah, then they do leave. You proved that you could come in and actually last for 16 seasons and then go someplace else and suck. So how'd that work out? When you're trying to build a real team, sometimes you have to overpay somebody. It depends on what position you're willing to overpay. It depends. If you're bidding on a free agent and you have an offer and the New England Patriots come in and they're going to offer that player 30% more than what you're offering, and then if it means that the Jets have to go up to 35 or 40%, then you do it. If you believe in your heart and in your soul that this player can legitimately come in here and help this franchise, then you overpay. But if not, you're just throwing more good money after bad, Scott. That's all it is. Joe Douglas is trying to change the culture on all levels, and I like it. Guy Fisher in the chat, thank you again. It stops when you draft well and do sign some players. That's what the Jets are trying to do. They're trying to build through the draft and supplement through free agency. That's why 2020's draft class was a complete disaster. 2021's draft class is still a big giant question mark other than AVT for right now. Okay? So the Jets have a lot of draft ammunition right now. They have a lot of cap space with the potential. I think right now they have $48 million and they have the potential to reach over $70 million. That's what they have. They have the potential to reach over $70 million in cap space if they renegotiate players, if they release players, some players on expiring contracts. There's a lot of dead money coming off the books that the New York Jets are going to benefit from. So there's moves that can be made. Do they need to go out and spend like drunken sailors? No, they do not. You can build a competitive football team through the draft and through free agency and be smart about it. It may not be the shiny new toys that everybody wants, but if you get enough guys to come in here that will buy into this philosophy, that want to come here and be successful, then that's what you do. You have to find a way to make it work. This is the reason why this offseason is so critical for the New York Jets. Moving on with comments. You can't be mad at these players. They only have a limited time to make as much money as they can. So if you want to get good to great players, you have to overpay sometimes. Nobody is saying anything about not wanting to overpay, Scott. It depends if it's a position of need. You were the first one who had said, oh, they should have went after Mitch Morse. They should have went after a couple of other offensive linemen last year. And the year before that when they ended up signing the Connor McGoverns and the Greg Van Rottens of the world. We were all like, can we stop with the bargain basement shopping, right? That's what we talked about. Let's stop with the bargain basement shopping. Let's go and actually dip our toe into the water with the shark, catch one of them. But then it all depends on whether or not said player wants to come and play for you. When you bring them in, I know the running joke is whenever you invite a player in, a free agent to your building, you lock the door. Once they come into the building, you lock the door and you don't let that player leave without a contract. What if that player is not a good fit? That's what happened with Ndamukong when Mike McCagnon was friggin' general manager, right? He went out and he made a backdoor deal with Ndamukong. Chris Johnson yanked it right off the table because he basically was using the Jets to try and leverage more money out wherever the hell he was. Maybe somebody should have went and talked to him about the Anthony Barr situation, who did exactly the same thing. Had agreed in principle to a contract and then went to the Minnesota Vikings and said, well, this is what the Jets are going to pay me. And he used the Jets to get more money. We've seen players do it all the time. Joe Douglas is not going to allow that to happen. He hasn't allowed it for the past 2 years, and he's not going to allow it this year.